Good evening and welcome to the Skatium here in Havertown. I am Ariel Melendez. Pleasure to be with you this evening as Breakout Sports Broadcasting presents St. Joseph's University Hockey. The Hawks are going for their fourth straight victory after starting the season 0-2. They've rattled off 3 straight wins. We were here with you for the 5-1 win over Kutztown. They've also had a 4-3 overtime win over Penn, and they're coming off a 6-4 win over Westchester. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Drexel University Dragons open the season tonight, so a very fresh group on the other side, but it should be a good one here for St. Joe, as obviously, again, it was a tough start to the season with that 0-2 start, but they've really come on strong in the last couple games. I can speak to that 5-1 win because we were here, and that was quite a good offensive showing, and it really hasn't stopped in the last 2 couple games, so hopefully they will be able to keep the offense going. But again, a fresh team on the other side opening up their season tonight, the Drexel University Dragons. We've got less than a minute here until, I have to assume, puck drop. We're getting started a little bit late tonight, so we should have puck drop for you in just a few minutes. We'll take a quick breather here, let you guys watch a little bit of the end of warm-ups, and we'll have starting lineups and the anthem here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. we're just about ready for a puck drop here at the Skatium as St. Joe going for their 4th straight win. They'll face Drexel University. Before we get underway, we do have starting lineups here for you, starting with the visiting Dragons. Number 18, Aiden Barrett. Number 22, Stephen Basin. Number 8, Andrew Walsh. Those are your 3 forwards. On the back end, number 12, Jack Lemire. Number 6, Owen Mendham. And starting in net for the Dragons, number 33, Vincent Vasallo. And on the other end, your home team for tonight, the St. Joe University Hawks. On forward, number 16, Neil Coudet. Number 4, Kyle Gross. And number 86, Dylan Kuba. On the back end, number 44, Peter Borman. Number 8, Shane Wilson. And in net tonight for your Hawks, number 29, Mark Szymborski. Teams getting ready to line up at center ice. And we're just about ready. It looks like we might just hit the 9 o'clock mark for puck drop this evening. Pleasure to be with you again. I'm Ariel Melendez here. The St. Joseph University Hawks take on the Drexel University Dragons here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Our 2 teams are lined up at center ice, and the puck is won by the Dragons. Well, originally won by the Dragons, and they'll send it into the offensive zone, goes off the stick of Szymborski in net. They'll try to rim it back around the Hawks. Whiffing on a clearing pass and keeping it in the zone for right now are the Dragons. Taking along the edge, trying to center in front, nothing doing. The Hawks can have a quick break here if they get up ice, bringing it up on the right-hand side. That is Coudet. Coudet tries to center it for Gross, but that one's blocked in front. And heading the other way is Barrett. Barrett just chips this one in as the Dragons will go for their first line change. And the Hawks will do the same. Bringing it up nice now. That is Carpenter. Carpenter spins in, fires one on net off the pad of Vasallo. So the Hawks with the first shot on net. That one comes out. So the Hawks will have to regroup. Coming down the ice now with speed is number 3, Zachary Jones. Sends one in front, goes off the stick of Szymborski and comes on out. Bringing it up ice now is Romarino. That one fired wide. Be cleaned up here by the Dragons. That's Jones carrying the puck up ice. He's pestered by a couple Hawks. Spins it back around and fires to no one in particular, but it does find the stick of a teammate. That's Height. That one taken away by the Hawks. Trying to spin around was Carpenter, but he does find a teammate who brings it up in. That's Hunter who fires one on net. Another easy save there for Vasallo. Winning the puck battle in the corner to send it out in front. No one there, unfortunately, for the Hawks. So that is an easy takeaway in front for Owen Mendham. Stealing this one away, though, are the Hawks. Briefly before it's taken back calmly and circling around there is a number 22 that I do not have on this roster, so we're going to have to figure that one out in just a little bit. As in the zone now is number 22 for the Dragons. Will spin around looking for a teammate. That one fired on net. Might have gone off the glove of Szymborski. If not, looked like it could have been a wide. This one out in front for the Dragons as they look for an open shooting lane, bringing it to the point and trying to send one in front. That was Barrett. This one will be sent out. Looking for it are the Hawks, but this one easily sent out by the Dragons, so the Hawks will have to regroup. This one sent in by Borman. First to the puck is our mystery. Was actually number 12, but that one is sent out of play. That was Jack Lemire. And while we have a quick break in the action, I will try to get the name for number 22. That is Stephen Basin. Oh, wow, it is on my roster. I just don't know how to read. That's okay. It's late here as that one is stopped and covered by Vasallo. It's been an early shot advantage here for the Hawks, as they'll have a face-off in the offensive zone. Doherty will try to win this one back. Faced off by Silberman. It is won by the Hawks. That's Doherty behind the net. Tries to send one in front. Goes off a body. And top corner. Abram Hershey, a little bit of a maybe deflected pass, but a nice job in front by Hershey. Goes top shelf, where I really was going to stay away from the cliche, but that's top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. And it's a 1-0 lead here for the Hawks. A nice job by Doherty to send that puck in front. Found the stick of Hershey. And the Hawks on the board. Not quite 4 minutes into the period. And the 1-0 lead. Now the Dragons send this one in the offensive zone. But the first one to it is Borman. He whips it around the back of the net. He'll play a little catch with his defensive partner. Trying to find a lane to get out of the zone. And this one just gets chipped out and sent down to the opposing blue line. And we've got a whistle. And a stoppage of play. I believe this one's gonna, let's see where they bring this one. They're gonna bring this one into the offensive zone for the Hawks. And we'll line up for the face-off. The Dragons doing a last-minute change. It's Gross. He'll face off against Barrett in the offensive zone. This one won by Gross. That shot on net by Coudet. Blocker save by Vassallo. Trying to keep this one in, and doing so is Coudet. He just rims it around the back of the net. First one to it is Lemire, but stolen away by the Hawks. It's Coudet again. He sends it down to Kuba. Kuba taken down. No harm, no foul. Still with the puck in the offensive zone, but now chipped away and taken up. Basin sends it up ice. Just out of the outstretched stick of a teammate. So bringing this one down. That's Coudet. A nice move. Sends this one on net, and that's just a laser of a shot from Coudet. And the Hawks up 2-0 early in the first period. That's just called picking your spot on the goaltender. Coudet saw he had some room on that left-hand side. Well, right-hand side if you're facing the net. And just like that, we're not even 5 minutes into the period, and it is 2-0 Hawks. Winning the face-off here and bringing it back to their own defensive zone is St. Joe. They'll send this one down, but that one will be icing. So this one's going to come back down. A 4-0 shot advantage so far, so it's been all Hawks on the offense. The Dragons have gone into the offensive zone a couple times. They've put the puck towards Szymborski, but he really hasn't had to make any saves just yet. As tying up the faceoff and bringing it out of the zone are the Hawks. A nice chip play by Romarino brings it in. Or sorry, that's not Romarino. That was Brazel, but his shot fired high and into the netting. So we'll have a stoppage here. That's the line of Brazel, Carpenter, and Romarino. Opposing them, Egan. Trying to get the rest of the names, but winning the faceoff are the Hawks. They'll keep it in at the line. A nice move to get around is Carpenter. He fires that one. That goes off the shin pad of a teammate in front. Once he turns around, I'll be able to figure out who that was. And leading the line, that is Brazel. It's 3-0 Hawks. And the Hawks are playing with some heat right now. They want that 4th straight win. And they've got 3 goals in the first period already. Again, not even 5 minutes in as Szymborski covers the puck. He said, hey, I just want to see some action. He said, just give me a little easy one. I'll cover it just to touch the puck. So we'll have a face-off here in the D zone. And winning this one is Drexel. They fire one towards the net, blocked in front, and picked up and taken out of the zone. And speeding down the ice, trying to go through a couple players, was Roland. He has that one knocked away. That one's sent out as the Hawks will regroup. That's Roland with it. He'll send it across the ice. Goes off to stick a flag. And cutting off the pass there was Eisler, but taken away by the Hawks as they'll look to come back into the offensive zone. Right now outnumbered, but doing a good job against the wall and getting knocked down on the play. Trying to chip it out, and they do. Ebersol couldn't get his stick on it, so he'll be all the way back in his own defensive zone. Cutting off the pass is Flexer. He'll send it across to Mendham as the Dragons, despite this being their season opener, haven't been able to really get much going. It's been all Hawks since the start of this game, as that one's just tipped into the zone by Barrett. The Hawks will start in their own defensive zone. That's Valenta. Skates back to look for some open room. He gets it. He dumps it in. Coming out of his net to play the puck. And chipping this one out. But again, the Hawks seem to be on every single puck that the Dragons send out of the zone, as that one is into the bench. And the Dragons really haven't been able to get anything going. I mean, a 3-0 lead for the Hawks really tells you the story, but they've had a couple opportunities in the zone, but haven't been able to get anything towards Szymborski, as the Hawks win the faceoff and take it down there. As that one is shot towards the goaltender. That one taken by Valenta. It's the Dragons coming down with speed is Zachary Jones. He curls back around waiting for some teammates. There was a line change. A shot in front is blocked. Hawks also doing a nice job of standing in front of Szymborski and not letting him see anything either. Hence why he really hasn't faced much yet. As coming up the ice now is Borman. Borman fires that one just a bit too high over Vassallo. I believe the Hawks were in the middle of a line change, so Borman was just trying to wait for his teammates to get on the ice. Puck back in the defensive zone. And skating through the ice with some speed. Going around one defender, thought he was going to try and wrap it around the net. He brings this one out. That's Marity, sends it back to Hunter. Hunter back. They play a little catch. Losing the puck, but able to get it back along the boards. He's still got it out as that one is finally chipped out of the zone. And a big hit there. Taken down on the play was O'Reilly. He tries to return the favor. It's the Hawks back behind the net. I'll look to find some open space. That pass whiffed on, but getting it back and trying to chip it out, and doing so are the Hawks. Regrouping in their own zone. That's Mendham. That one taken away and fired back in on the stick of Mendham. He'll just send it back behind the net looking for Lemire. This one brought back in. That's Kuba. Kuba was looking for Gross. Gets it back on the turnover, though. Kuba shakes off the hit. Finds Gross. Ooh, trying for the one-timer, and muffing the shot just a bit was Coudet. He's already got one goal on the evening. A nice keeping at the line. No, they say offside. That was a good attempt at the line by Lulek, but it did bounce off. Getting close to midway through the first period here at the Skatium in Haverford. The Hawks enjoying an early 3-0 lead, as that faceoff is won by the Dragons. Trying to send it up and getting off the stick of Carpenter. Carpenter chips it back to Brazel, looking for Romarino. That one is taken away and sent out. Again, the Hawks just on every single puck that the Dragons dump out of their own zone. They'll collect it back in their own end. That's Ebersol. dumping it in and off the glove of Carpenter. Carpenter tries to get the stick around, has it knocked off. And this one again sent out of the zone and collected by Ebersol. Ebersol sends it up the ice. Trying to spin around. Gets around one defender. That's Romarino. Still has the puck on his stick. Tries to send it in front. Knocked off the puck. I think that affected his pass a little bit. And this one sent back to center ice. Brazel quickly back into the zone. He's got Carpenter in front. Finds Romarino on the edge. He was looking for Carpenter back door, but a defender blocked that one and knocked it away. So it's Ebersol. Ebersol will pass it off to Wilson. Wilson carrying the puck. That one goes off somebody, but it will stay with the Hawks as the Dragons were going for a line change. The Hawks not in any kind of rush right now, enjoying a 3-0 lead here in the first period. So that's Ebersol who will carry it up the right side. Fires one on net, might as well. They've been able to get some shots through Vassallo. So might as well fire it when you can. Keeping this one at the point. Off the stick of Vassallo. That shot taken by Wilson. They'll regroup in their own zone. And they'll try to come back up ice. That one knocked away and back into the zone by Silberman. But again, taken by a Hawk. On it in the corner here. A couple players fighting for possession. That's McGinley. But no one to pass to, so taken away again by St. Joe. This one sent in. It's not going to go for icing. Looked like he was trying to bait the icing there with Search. The refs don't bite. So the Hawks with it. That shot fired from the point. The glove saved by Vassallo on the shot by Borman. Unofficial shot count 8-1 in favor of the Hawks. 3 of those 8 shots have went in the back of the net. That's Doherty on the faceoff. He'll line up against Walsh. Or sorry, that's Barrett. And this one won by the Dragons. They get it out of the zone and up ice. That's Barrett. Tries to get around 2 defenders, can't do so. This one taken away and sent to the other corner. On it are the Dragons. That one at the point. Sent around by Search. Coming around behind, trying to sneak one in. But Szymborski was alert on that one. He'll try the other side. That one looking for a teammate in the middle. That was Barrett who had the shot if he could get it, but it'll come back down ice. Firing that one just a bit too wide was Valenta. A nice keep at the line, but taken away, and looked like it could have been a 2-on-1, but good job by the defense to get back, and the Dragons will just send this one in and go for the line change. They'll chip this one out. That's Doherty. He sends this one in as he had nobody behind him. So he'll haul it off the ice as all 5 skaters change here. And coming up ice now is Jones. He avoids the hit along the boards. Tries to bank one in off Szymborski. Nothing doing there. He sends it out to the point. That shot taken goes off a stick, deflected wide. Looked like that might have gone off the stick of height. So he was looking for the tip in front. That's when it'll come out. Kuba 2-on-1. He's the one. He's taken down, and that's going to be a penalty. Shot there saved by Vassallo. And this will be a power play here for the Hawks. And before we get started here, the St. Joe's power play brought to you by the Greg McDonald Foundation. Greg McDonald was a proud St. Joe's alum who believed hockey builds leaders. Be where your feet are. Be part of the legacy. It'll be an early power play here in the first period. Heading to the box is Owen Mendham. So Cuba, Gross, Romarino. The forward line as this one kept in by Wilson. Wilson looking for a lane, tries to find a pass. That one goes off the leg of Walsh and sent out. It'll be picked up back in the defensive zone as the Hawks look to regroup. Skating up the ice with it, that's Wilson. Wilson will send it back to the line. That is Carpenter. Carpenter and Wilson play a little catch. Wilson along the end in the middle for Romarino. Romarino gets the shot off. What a pad save by Vassallo. He had Gross. We get a little extracurriculars after the whistle. Vassallo got the pad out. It looked like Gross had a lot of room on the side of the net, but a nice kick save by Vassallo. Wondering if the referee just lost sight of the puck because it looked like it was still free. But we will get a reset here. About 45 seconds gone in the power play. Resto will line up for the faceoff against Jones. It's Resto who wins it. Coudet at the point. He'll look for a lane, switches sides, throws that one on net. A rebound was available for Brazel. He couldn't get it. The Hawks keep this one in. Linzo. He gets it to the point. As we'll have a stoppage here. A minute gone in this power play. Hawks have had a couple of grade A chances so far, but Vassallo has been able to keep them off the board on the man advantage. Resto and Jones lined up again. This one back to Coudet. Quick touch pass back to the line. Now it's Coudet again. Coudet goes around one player, but has it knocked off his stick just enough by Jones to send it out of the zone. That was Borman as the Hawks swing around the edge, bringing it up the ice. That's Linzo with it. He'll send it back to the line. Staying on the edge and firing on the shoulder save. That was Marity. Marity back on it in the corner. He's got Brazel. Brazel to the point. Now Linzo. Linzo playing a little catch on the back end. Skating with a lot of room in front of him, knocked away, and boy, if Fletcher was able to get that, he might have had a shorthanded breakaway. The Hawks are going to go for a line change, so should be plenty of time for the Dragons to bring this one up ice. Chipping this one out as the power play comes to an end. A lot of good for the Hawks on that man advantage. You could say they're already up 3-0, but they had a lot of really good chances as firing that one wide. That was Doherty. But a really good power play, even if they didn't get the goal. They spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. This one along the boards. Bringing this one up ice, that's Basin. He sends it back to Barrett. And that one tipped in front. That's what happens when you don't see a lot of puck come your way for Szymborski, but a nice play in front to get the tip in. Looks like that goal is going to go to Basin. He's leading the line. And he gets the Dragons on the board here. 3:37 to go in the first period. The Dragons cut into that lead. It's 3-1. And now if you're the Hawks, you're really wishing you had found a way to get the puck in the net on the power play, because that kill seemed to really boost the confidence of this Dragons team and allowed them to get on the board. That one sent in by Mendham. Did he do so from too far behind the line? It looks like he did, as this one's going to come all the way down. It'll be Gross and Egan on the face-off. Gross wins this one to Coudet. Coudet chips this one back into Gross. Goes off the skate. Gross still has it. He finds Wilson. Wilson behind the net. So Hawks set up in the offensive zone. Nice move by Gross to get that puck away. Finds Wilson at the line here. Wilson with it again. Just really nice fluid movement in the zone. Everyone knows where they have to be as Kuba takes a hit. And this puck comes out of the zone, but really nice setup in the zone. Everyone knew where they needed to be, moved well with each other. Quickly bringing this one back in, and that one might have been deflected on its way. That was Kuba who took the shot, hit somebody in front, and went out of play. So we'll get some line changes here for both squads. Carpenter wins the face-off here. But that one tried to chip it out of the zone. A good job at the line by Lulek. Knocked a man down to keep it in, but this one gets sent all the way down. And the Hawks will try to bring it back up. A nice stretch pass as coming in with some speed here. Carpenter tries to go around one, tries to sneak it in. Vassallo didn't bite on it, but the Hawks still with the puck. Trying to fire a quick shot from the point. Carpenter tried to tip, but instead blocked his own teammate's shot. The Dragons bounce this one out, and that one's going to go on net on Szymborski, so it's not going to be an icing. He's going to wait till a couple teammates get in front of him, and he'll stop this one. Just under the 2-minute mark here in the first period. Goals by Brazel, Coudet, and Hershey have the Hawks up 3-1. Steven Basin got the Dragons on the board after a successful penalty kill. It's the Hawks who've done a really nice job on the face-offs. I don't know that they've really lost one yet. And they'll try to quickly bring it up ice. And firing one in and out of the glove of Vassallo. That was Marity. Vassallo was able to pounce back on it for the stoppage. 12-2 shot advantage here for the Hawks. A 3-1 lead. Hawks again looking for their 4th straight victory. This one again won by the Hawks. Sent around the back of the net. Somehow ends up in Vassallo's glove. And we'll have another stoppage here and another face-off. It'll be Resto. He'll line up against Barrett. That one won again by the Hawks. A nice move at the line. It's Marity with the shot. Nice pad save by Vassallo. It was Ebersol who sent the puck over, trying to keep it in at the line. The Hawks will bring it back into their zone. That's Ebersol. Ebersol's going to carry this one up himself. He'll chip it off to a teammate. That one blocked. Going off of Mendham. Flag behind the net. Gets around one. Sends it out to the line, Marity. He'll just bank it in around the back of the net all the way to the other side. Ebersol keeps it in. Trying to chip it out again, and that's Basin who has the goal for the Dragons in. Fires one. He was looking for that corner. Goes wide on Szymborski. Trying to keep that one, but it just goes out. Doherty now with the puck. 30 seconds left here in the first period. Ebersol will just send that one in. As he goes off, that's Doherty fighting for the puck against Search. Doherty has it, looking for a teammate in front. That one almost snuck in the corner. The shot taken by Valenta. We've got a little pushing and shoving behind the net. A couple players have to be separated. A nice little fist bump. Saying all's good. 14 seconds left to go here in the first period. Time for the Hawks to set something up if Doherty can win the faceoff. This one won by the Dragons, though. Might be their first win, but this one comes out in front. A nice save by Vassallo. As looking for the goal there was Doherty. He has an assist in this one. I believe he's the one that found Hershey in front for the opening goal of this game. 3 seconds left. Winning the faceoff are the Hawks, but it gets stuck in the skates of Wilson, and that'll do it for the first period here at the Skatium. It's the St. Joseph University Hawks 3, the Drexel University Dragons 1. We'll be back in just a little bit as we get ready for the second period here at the Skatium. back here at the Skatium as we get ready for a second period of play here. The Hawks with a 3-1 lead. Taking a look back at their goals. Looking back at the replay, Doherty's pass in front may have actually been tipped by Valenta first and sent over to Hershey for the goal. It was a little hard to tell if that went off a defender or if it was Valenta. If it went off Valenta, it was a heck of a pass to Hershey. The next goal, Coudet making the move around a defender and beating Vassallo on the left side. And the third goal, Carpenter. That point shot went off the shin pad of Drexel for the 3 goals. And then getting on the board for the Dragons was Stephen Basin after a successful penalty kill. So teams just about ready to start play here in the second period. Again, the Hawks up 3-1 as our two teams line up, Gross and Barrett. And that one won by Barrett this time. He finds Lemire. This one spun around in the zone. Lemire. Is that one taken away behind the net in front? The shot blocked. Having a little tough time getting out of their zone are the Dragons. There's a little stop play at the line just to make sure they stay on sides. That one goes off the stick of Mendham into the zone. But it'll be taken out here by the Hawks. Sending this one all the way up ice. Beating that one out is Kuba. But it'll be the Dragons now heading up ice. That's Basin, the goal scorer. He was looking for height. But this one taken away behind the net. That's Wilson. He'll send it all the way around. That's Carpenter. Carpenter along the edge with speed. In front, that one goes off of Vassallo. Carpenter came in the head of steam. Fighting for possession behind the net. It's won by the Dragons. At the side here, couple players fighting for possession. That one won. Tipped in front. Goes wide. That was shot taken by Marity. A nice hit along the boards by Drexel, but in a little bit of distress is the man he took down. We'll see who that is, and getting up and looking to be okay. That's Egan. Couple of stick taps as he skates back over. He'll come off the ice here for a breather. Well, they're actually going to call a penalty on that play. So they called Drexel for the penalty. So it'll be the first power play here for the Dragons. A penalty kill as this one is taken. This St. Joe's penalty kill sponsored by the Greg McDonald Foundation. When you're shorthanded, grit matters most, just like the Greg McDonald Foundation. Fighting to keep kids in the game with scholarship and support. Be where feet are, be part of the legacy. As it's the Dragons with it. That one fired and a diving save by Szymborski. Shot taken there by Basin at the side. Again, Szymborski still with not a lot of work here. We're just about 2 minutes in to this second period. By our count, his 4th or 5th shot faced. As this one won by the Hawks, but taking it away at the side, there is Walsh fighting for it. That's 2. Dragons, but knocking this one out is Coudet. And with speed is Gross. He's got a shorthanded chance, but a nice defensive play there by Lemire. But the Hawks back in. A 2-on-2, firing that one and blocked in front somewhere along the way. Nice puck pursuit here by the Hawks, but the Dragons do end up with possession, and they'll try to come back up ice. A minute into this penalty kill. That one sent down for an icing. Not really something you want to do on your power play, is ice the puck. So the Hawks here will have a chance. 58 seconds to go in the first power play of the night for the Dragons. St. Joe's already gone 0 for 1. So Gross will line up against Barrett. This one won easily by Barrett. Behind the net goes Lemire. He'll pass it back to Barrett, who chips it back. Actually, that's Barrett with the puck now. This one just sent in on Szymborski. That one sent out. A nice job at the line to keep that one in. That shot, little trick shot, goes off the pad of Szymborski. Might have hit somebody in front. Jones with it. He's fighting for possession with Borman. It's Borman who wins it, and he'll send this one all the way back down. Goes on net to Vassallo. He'll just chip it up to Mendham. Mendham to Silberman. Chipping this one back in. In 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. The Dragons 0 for 1 on their first power play. A good kill by the Hawks. Still a 3-1 lead here for St. Joe as they're back with possession of the puck. Back to 5-on-5. Doherty, but getting in just before Doherty. That's offsides. It might have been Marity, who was just a step ahead. Also in the area was Hershey. So we'll have the neutral zone face-off here. It's about 4 minutes into the second period here at the Skatium here in Havertown. That's the Dragons. Outnumbered, though, 3-on-1 was Wagstaff. That one chipped in front. That one, nice block off the pad of Valenta, the shin pad. But still with it, trying to send one in front. And yeah, you can't hit a guy who doesn't have the puck. I believe that's Marity who's going to get called for the cross check. Knocked a man down in front. Will lead to another power play chance here. And again, this penalty kill brought to you by the Greg McDonald Foundation. When you're shorthanded, grit matters most. Just like the Greg McDonald Foundation, fighting to keep kids in the game with scholarships and support. Be where your feet are, be part of the legacy. So the Dragons are right back to the power play shortly after their first one ended. Didn't have too much going on against Szymborski. They'll try to cut into this 3-1 deficit. Again in the box is Marity for the cross check. Fighting for the puck, knocking it down. And trying to get it in front. That was Basin. Bring this one around. That's Barrett. He gets it to Lemire. I'll send it back to the point for Barrett. He plays a little catch with Lemire. This one will come out. Two Hawks with speed, but they do get this puck. That's Carpenter in front, but knocked off his stick. Romarino also there. He knocks that one away, but the Dragons will get this one into the offensive zone. Trying to chip one in front, goes off the glove of Szymborski and out of play, or out of the zone at least. I believe that was Mendham with the shot. Back behind their own net as we're already over a minute through this power play. Just the one shot on net so far. This one's sent in. Getting this one out. And up, that's Romarino. Romarino finds Gross. Gross throws this one on. Vassallo, that one, an easy save. There's 20 seconds left to go. Maybe the last rush chance here for the Dragons. Trying to bring that puck in was Eisler. He kind of missed it and was a little bit ahead of himself. Had a couple teammates as well that ended up going into the zone before him. So with just 10 seconds left, we'll have a neutral zone face-off. That is Soberman and Resto on the faceoff. This one won by Resto. And chipping this one out should, well, they don't chip it out yet. They'll try to get it out, and that will do it. 0 for 2 now on the power play are the Dragons. Resto trying to bring this one in. Offside, though. That was Linzo, who had it crossed the line before Resto could bring it in. Get some line changes here. Yeah, not really much go. It may have been 1 or 2 shots on those power plays. There's back-to-back chances to get back in the game. The Dragons really not able to take advantage of some golden opportunities. Let's bring this one around behind the net, trying to wrap it around. That one fired in, saved by Vassallo. That was Merity. This one chipped out of the zone, collected here in the zone, neutral zone by Merity. He gets around one. Chips back around and just sends this one in. That one taken around back behind the net and sent out of the zone, collected and sent back in by the Hawks. And a hit there in the corner knocks the puck to the stick of a Hawk. Trying to keep it in along the line as it's just chipped back in by Roland. The Hawks will have to retouch. And they'll take this one away again, intercepting the clearing pass around the back of the net. That's Flag. Flag tries the other side. He'll chip it back to Merity. Merity's pass a little too hot for Flag. This one goes along the end. Cut off by Roland. A nice keep it at the line. A spin to get it to Resto. He's a little bit behind him, though. So heading up ice. That's Walsh. Walsh tried to find Jones, who would have had a really good shot opportunity on Szymborski, but he couldn't control it. So the Dragons forced to regroup in their own zone. They'll go D to D. We'll try again here. Jones gets away from one defender. Tries to send it in. That one blocked off by Merity, but Jones still with it. He'll send it to the line. That was Fletcher who sends it around. Kuba first to it. He'll just chip this one out. There's Jones. They'll send it back in. It's Merity. Merity gets it over. And out. That's Coudet. Coudet in. Shot fired off the pad and diving for it. The whistle hasn't blown yet. As Vassallo tried to cover the puck. They let that one go for a little bit. But the puck stays out. Player was dumped in front after the whistle. But cooler heads prevail. 11:09 to go in the second period of play. Hawks up 3-1, searching for their 4th straight victory after starting the season 0-2. They've shown some really nice offensive prowess in those wins. Again, that 5-1 win over Kutztown, 4-3 overtime win over Penn, and 6-4 over Westchester. So goals coming aplenty for this Hawks squad. Again, this is the season opener for the Drexel University Dragons. Maybe still trying to find a little bit of chemistry with each other. This one blocked along the end. Kept in the zone briefly, but chipped out by the Dragons. That's McGinley. McGinley fights off the stick check by Carpenter. Sent in front. Nobody there for the Dragons. They will keep this one in at the line. The whipping it around is Lemire. Goes off the stick and out of Romarino. This one blocked off by Carpenter. Brazel with it, trying to find Romarino, but that one knocked off his stick. And taken away here by the Dragons. It's Mendham. Ends up finding Ebersol instead. Whipping this one up. Romarino, but going offside was Carpenter. He was just a step or two ahead of Romarino. Almost halfway through regulation here at the Skatium in Havertown. I want to thank you all for listening here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Ariel Melendez, a pleasure to be here once again. As the Hawks take the face-off, Borman, he'll send it in. That one ends up being gloved away by Vassallo. At the line, that shot tipped in front, but not really much danger for Vassallo. Trying to keep that one in at the line, but ended up coming out of play instead. That was Hershey. Hershey bringing it back in, just managing to stay onside was Valenta. Taken down in the corner is Hershey, and coming away with the puck are the Dragons. They'll look to spring up front, unable to do so. Borman has it knocked away though, a 2-on-1 potential. In front with the shot and a save, I believe, and taken down is Szymborski. There was a lot of contact in front. Szymborski looking to just maybe get his bearings. He took quite a hit there. I believe that was Fletcher who made the contact. And we're going to get the trainer out here to look at Szymborski. Yeah, I have a feeling he just kind of getting his bearings back under him. Puts the helmet back on. Now they're going to just check him out, make sure everything's okay. It's a good chance in front for Fletcher, but just a bit too much contact made with Szymborski. They let play go for just a second, but yeah, he took a real high hit off the head. There was no call on the play, but Szymborski looks to be okay. May not have actually been Fletcher in front. I tried to catch the number on that replay. Might have actually been height. I saw 2 digits there. But regardless, Szymborski looks to be okay, and we resume play. Face-off won by the Dragons. They don't keep it in, though. And it's a 2-on-1. That's fired. Does that go in? That does go in. Hits off the top corner. Was that Linzo? Fires a wicked shot that hits the top corner and the net. And that is 4-1 for the Hawks. That was Linzo on the 2-on-1. Really nice patience. You have a couple of choices there if you want to go for the shot or the pass, and Linzo, a nice job to get the top corner. 4-1 here. The Hawks, again, their 4th straight game with at least 4 goals. As that one fired, goes off Vassallo, stick save. We have a delayed penalty here. We'll see who they send off. We've got a slash being called. Actually, it's going to go against the Hawks. Who's in the box is Chris Hunter. Yeah, I couldn't quite see who had the puck in that situation, but it is Hunter who goes to the box. And it's another power play chance here by the Dragons. Again, sponsored by the Greg McDonald Foundation. We thank them for their support here on this penalty kill. At the line here, sending it over and towards the net. Szymborski covers that one. That was Basin again, the only goal scorer here for the Dragons. As that shot gets the Dragons close to double digits. Still a sizable advantage here for the Hawks as they win possession off the faceoff. Borman chips this one out and all the way down. Coudet hot on his horse. Ends up to Gross. Back behind the net is Flexer. He'll get away from Gross. Try to send this one across, does go off Gross, but getting it back is Flexer. And this time he will get it out of the zone. Coming up is Barrett. Barrett's past the flag that goes off the legs. Another shot off the post. Keeping this one in along the side. Trying to bank it off the shoulder, it looked like, was Barrett. It's quickly could be a 2-on-1 here. Coudet tries to find Gross in front. A no-look shot goes off the pad of Vassallo. Another good shorthanded opportunity here for the Hawks. It's 35 seconds left in this power play for the Dragons, and the Hawks have really had the better chances here. Coudet has it knocked off his stick, but there to collect the puck and send it up. That one fired wide. It was Romarino. This one along the boards. It'll be taken behind the net by Mendham. Mendham sends it out. Carpenter. He'll end up winning possession as the power play comes to an end. Romarino was trying to find Carpenter in front. That pass just a bit too far out of his reach. Marity has his pass taken away, and coming down now is Silberman. Silberman behind the stick of Eisler. So it'll be Marity now. He sends this one all the way up, looking for Romarino. Just a bit out of his reach, but he does end up with the puck. One nice behind the back pass to himself. Carpenter now. Carpenter in front, trying to find the post. Covered there by Vassallo. Nice takeaway there by Brazel. Brazel around the back of the net. He'll swing it back around. The face-off top fires one on net. That wrister saved by Vassallo. That puck goes up, hits the ceiling. So that'll be whistled down. 5:45 left to go in the second period. The Hawks now up 4-0 on the goal by Aiden Linzo on the 2-on-1. The face-off in the offensive zone for the Hawks. This one won by the Dragons, though. They'll send it around. It'll come out of the zone and all the way down here. Ebersol chased by Height. But it'll be Ebersol who maintains possession. He'll send this one out. He's got Doherty. Doherty in. Tries to go between the legs. Finds a teammate. That shot might have gone a bit high. The puck comes out. With it now is Ludek. Sends it to Ebersol. So that was Lulek to Ebersol. Behind the net is Valenta. Out to the point. And a breakaway chance here is Jones. Jones goes 5-hole on Szymborski. And a really unfortunate defensive miscue falling on the play. And allowing Jones to get the breakaway. He makes a nice 5-hole move on Szymborski. And it's 4-2. It was really unfortunate play at the line. Losing his balance and allowing Jones to get the uncontested breakaway. And a nice finish to cut the deficit to 2. Send this one out. Wilson. That's Linzo. Linzo tries to get it right back. Goes off the chest of Vassallo. Another shot taken, another one off the post. Vassallo dives out to make the save, and what a couple chances there. The Hawks almost quickly get that 3-goal advantage back, but Vassallo a couple of nice saves. So we'll have a face-off here. Winning that one back clean. And revving this one around the back of the net. Vassallo's just going to cover this one up for another stoppage here. The face-off taken here by the Dragons. Trying to go around a skater was Basin. The Dragons do end up getting into the zone. That one chipped in by Flexer. That's Wilson behind the net, though. He'll send this one back to Borman. Linzo, he's one of the goal scorers here for the Hawks. He'll send this one in the zone. So we get a line change here. Flag knocks it down in the zone. Sends it back behind the net, looking for a man in front. Wilson kind of sneaks in a little bit. He wanted the pass, but they weren't able to get it to him. Keeping it in the zone, at least for now. This one chipped out. Jones, that one's sent in front. Finds Walsh. Walsh can't keep it in. It's Coudet. Coudet in, waiting for Kuba to catch up. He chips it back instead to Gross. Gross shot blocked in front and in a little bit of pain. That's Coudet. Nice save by Vassallo. And I think Flexer, who blocked the shot, he's trying to shake it off a little bit. As the puck kept in by Marity briefly, but coming down ice here is Silberman. That one fired wide of Szymborski. And it's Coudet now. He'll send it to Kuba. Kuba just knocks it in the zone. Vassallo, he's just going to stop play here. But we will have an offensive zone face-off here. This one won by the Dragons. Trying to spin around the back of the net is Lemire. Marity with it. Kept in the zone by the Hawks, though. Carpenter finds Romarino. But no one home. This one instead will be sent out by Eisler. With the puck now and firing one just a bit wide of the net with Silberman. Back behind the net. That is Brazel. He'll send it to the point. The shot goes off the blocker of Vassallo. Shot taken by Borman. This one in front. And what a play in front by Romarino, down on his knees. Finds that corner. And the Hawks do get that 3-goal advantage back on the goal by Romarino. So 5-2 here as we tick down, a minute 35 left in this second period. A 5-2 lead now. And he was actually getting knocked down on the play, Romarino. So a good job to stay with it for the goal. As the puck around the back of the net here. It'll be taken up ice and sent into the zone here. High shot on Szymborski. That was Basin. Has one of the Dragons' 2 goals today. Sent back towards Szymborski. He'll just scoop this one up. It was actually a behind-the-back pass from Drexel that found Romarino. So Drexel's got 2 points on the night. Face off here, won by the Hawks and sent out quickly. Linzo, another 2-on-1. Linzo fires. That one saved by Vassallo. Trying to get in front and catch the goaltender off was Resto. We take down to 45 seconds left here in the second period. 5-2 Hawks lead. Coming up ice. Nice save there by Szymborski off the shot from Basin. Along the end boards here, knocked out by Resto. Regrouping with it is held. But it's the Hawks again, who managed to knock the puck away behind the net. With 10 seconds to go in the period, let's see if the Hawks are able to get one more opportunity here, but this one will be taken out. As 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, that one fired well wide. Not a lot of time there for Egan to get the shot, but after 2 periods of play here at the Skatium, it is the Hawks 5 and the Dragons 2. We'll be back with third period action here in just a little bit. Stay with us. Back here at the Skatium for third period of play here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. It's the Hawks with a 5-2 lead. They added 2 more goals in that second period. Linzo, who went off the top post, and Romarino as he was being knocked down on no-look turn pass from Drexel. Cutting into the lead, though, Zachary Jones with the breakaway after Ebersol fell at the line. And that is where we are heading into the final period of regulation, as Szymborski is just going to calmly cover this one up. Szymborski took a big hit late in that third period, but glad to see that he's all right and still in net for this third period. As the Hawks try to get it up ice. That's one taken away, though, by Search. They'll send it back. That's Mendham. Gets it up, but out. Yeah, Schritz reach. That was Lemire trying to send it up to a teammate, but it'll be carried away here by the Hawks. Send this one up. That's Gross. He's trying to find Kuba. It's Coudet instead, and Coudet fires this one in. Beats Vassallo. That's 2 goals on the night now for Coudet. And wow, that was intended for Kuba. It ends up working out for the Hawks. And less than a minute in to this third period, it's now 6-2. And the Hawks have matched the 6 goals they put up in that win over Westchester. Offense really coming along now for these Hawks. Took a couple games to get it going, but they are firing on all cylinders right now. The Dragons in the zone. Fighting the puck along as they're trying to find in front. And one knocked away by Szymborski. That was one of the goal scorers, Jones, in the area. It's a Romarino. He'll take this one around the back of the net. Tries to find Marity, ends up getting it back. Romarino finds Hunter. That one across the ice to Drexel. He'll just send it back to the point to Marity. Marity finds Hunter as players dumped in front. Goes off Carpenter. Carpenter can't get the rebound. Flexer will get this one out, but it goes right to the stick of Hunter, who brings it back in the zone for the Hawks. Hunter just fires this one on Vassallo. The rebound goes wide. Romarino. He'll send it behind the net. That's taken away by Search. Sent up. There's Jones. Resto knocks it away, though, as he'll skate back into the zone. Resto. Sent out to the point. That's Ebersol. Ebersol's shot goes off a couple bodies. Linzo. This pass for Lulek ends up going out of the zone. So Ebersol will have to go all the way back behind his goaltender. Ebersol will take his time, wait for a lane. He chips this one off the glove of Linzo, nearly taken away. It's Ebersol who brings it into the zone. He's got 2 Dragons on him, finds Flag. Flag can't keep it, though. Almost. Could have been an odd man situation for the Dragons, but good defense. It's knocked back into the zone. Linzo fighting along the boards with Mendham. Getting it away, trying to find a teammate. That eludes everyone, though. And comes out of the zone and all the way back down, taking his time. Borman. With a 6-2 lead, you can kind of afford to slow things down a little back there. As Doherty. He's outnumbered, though, and has it taken away. They're trying to find base in there. Instead, it's Valenta. Valenta's pass around the back of the net. It'll be Doherty again. This puck finally out of the zone. Coming in now is Valenta. Valenta's shot goes off the skate of Search, and this one Diving out is Vassallo to make the save. Barring a epic collapse, St. Joe should win their 4th straight game after starting the season 0-2. Sending that one towards the front of the net was Valenta, blocked off. And carrying it up ice now is Basin. He scored the first goal of the night for the Dragons after they had fallen into a 3-0 hole. 2 goals, 2-goal deficits, the closest they've been able to get. It was also a 2-goal deficit when Jones had the breakaway goal 4-2. But each time the Hawks have been able to answer. So this one will be sent into the zone. The Dragons will try to chip it up. Keeping it in is Kuba, though. Kuba knocked off the puck. This one sent down to Marity. He'll wait for a couple teammates here, play a little catch with his partner back there. It's Coudet. Coudet trying to find Gross. Gross first to it. Just chips it, but he didn't have anyone in the area. I don't know if he was looking for Kuba. Gross gets it back, though. Does find Kuba this time. Kuba throws it in front off the stick of Vassallo. That one chipped around. Coudet tries to keep it in the zone. That one's knocked away. It's Egan who carries it in. Chips it back. A weak shot fired on Szymborski. That one taken by Height. Puck comes around the back of the net to Marity. He'll try to spin around. And finds Wilson back there. Again, every time the Hawks kind of get the puck behind their net, they're not in the biggest of hurries. With that 6-2 lead, this one sent all the way down for an icing. Just about 6 minutes in to the 3rd period here. Not much action yet. At least in the last couple minutes, because Coudet got the Hawks on the board quickly. That was not even 30 seconds in to this 3rd period. A face-off one here by the Dragons. Shot fire from the point. Goes wide. It was off the stick of Flexer. This one sent out of the zone, but goes on net to Vassallo, so it will not be an icing. Vassallo quickly sends it up, but finds Kuba instead. Kuba just rims this one in. Resto tried to cut that one off. That one is cut off at the line by Hunter, but brought up ice now by Flexer. Trying to find him in the middle. And that shot fired off the pad. A nice save by Szymborski off the pad to his 5-hole. The shot was taken by Mendham. Or it might have been Walsh, actually. As well, a face-off here off the Szymborski save. Again, won by the Dragons. That shot fire from the line, stick save by Szymborski. That one was off the stick of Mendham. Fighting for it along the corner is Marity. Romarino with it now. He sends it to Drexel, who has a goal and assist so far in this one. Resto throws this one towards the net, goes wide. Romarino tries to chip it around the back of the net. That one cut off, though. 2 Hawks on it behind the net. Drexel wins it, tries to find Resto, but it'll be taken away by Basin and out of the zone. Whipping this one in is McGinley. Again, the first to it is a Hawk. Hawks will calmly take this one out of the zone. Romarino, he'll whip this one in. Comes all the way around. Goes out of the zone instead. Romarino wanted Doherty. Doherty was knocked down, so Romarino will just take it all the way to the other side of the zone himself. Nearly trucks a defender. Still with it now is Doherty. Sending it in front, goes off a couple sticks and knocked out of harm's way. Roland. Puck sent back into the zone. A lot of back and forth action here as Roland goes back for it. He's got Wagstaff on his tail, but Roland will find the stick of Flag, who gets around a defender, though loses his stick. So can't do too much about it. He seemed to not like how his stick was taken out. He'll go ahead and pick it back up as bringing it up ice now is Fletcher. Nothing doing there. As Ebersol. Bringing it up ice now again are the Hawks. Doherty has it stripped off his stick. And coming up with some speed here is Lemire. That one calmly saved by Szymborski. St. Joe still maintaining that 6-2 lead here as we get close to the halfway mark of regulation, or the halfway mark of the third period. And again, barring a epic collapse and a great comeback, should end in a Hawks win this evening, but we still got 11:20 left to go. As bring this one around the back of the net, that's Valenta. At the line, tipped in front by Hershey. Shot taken by Wilson. Valenta strips a Dragon of the puck, and Gross will chip it in. That's Lemire. Avoids the check. That one goes off the stick of a Dragon. Valenta will send it around the back of the net. It'll be taken once again by Lemire. Gross knocks it away once more. Has it! Valenta with the shot blocked. Goes wide off the skate. This time of Hershey. It'll come down. That's Wilson. Wilson will bank it off the boards to Marity. Two will play catch behind the net. Valenta will just send this one into the zone, and you can tell it's a lot of what the Hawks are doing at this point is when they get close to the offensive zone, just chipping it in as they'll get the takeaway in their own zone. Getting around one defender just to chip it down the ice. But the puck is Search. He'll send it up. Looking for it is Walsh. Walsh just leaves it there for a teammate. This one taken at the point by Search. The Hawks and Marity with it now. Marity to Coudet. Coudet will skate in. Try to go around a couple defenders. He turns back around, trying to find Marity in front. This one taken away. It's Jones. A 2-on-1 briefly, but a good job getting back on defense. I believe that was Lulek. See, actually, that was Coudet. Nice job by the forward to get back on defense. Now it's Lulek. Ebersol finds Kuba. Resto with it, throws it towards the net. That one blocked off by Vassallo. Behind the net now is Coudet and Kuba. Romarino to Ebersol at the line. Ebersol just throws this one towards anyone in particular. And it'll be knocked out of the zone here. Both players fight for the puck as that one is sent into the zone. Back behind his own net. Ebersol gets that one out. Lulek gets it away from a defender. Ebersol will send it in. Vassallo out of his own net has to hurry. He's got Brazel behind him, trying to throw it quickly towards the net. Was Doherty. Doherty pressuring, but sending that one out of the zone. Was Lemire. When players fight for the puck, it'll be chipped back into the zone by Ebersol. Knocking that one away was Flexer. Romarino almost had the turnover. He's got it now. He's got Roland driving in. Pass was a little bit behind him, so Roland will just have to throw that deep. Doherty fighting against the boards with Flexer. It's Doherty who wins it. At the line for Roland. Roland fires it. That goes off of Eisler. Ends up going a little high on Vassallo. Still to be aware. Coming around the back of the net here is Lemire. Takes the hit by Doherty. Manages to get the puck out, but right back in is Romarino. Romarino chips it behind him. Looking for the shot initially, but sending it back. And from the point, Wilson. That shot goes off the pad of Vassallo. Back in quickly is Brazel. He just throws a backhander, and that one sneaks through. Vassallo couldn't quite close it. And yeah, I mean, no doubt he wants a lot of these goals back, but that is certainly probably number one. As he's just shaking his head, he can't believe that managed to squeak through. So it is now 7-2 here for the Hawks. Off the face-off. That one won by the Dragons. It's the Hawks who send it back into the zone. Linzo tries to knock this one away. Going back for it is Mendham. Behind the net. Search. I'll try to chip this one out of the zone. Nearly keeping it as flag. And it's Roland with it now. Back behind his own net was Mendham. Flag trying to knock it away from Search, but the Dragons do get this one out almost. Gross did a nice job, knocked down. Did a nice job to keep it from going down the ice. That one off the pad of Vassallo. Back behind the net. And now bringing it up ice here is Held. Held goes around a couple players, knocked down, but he does get the pass across to Height. But taken away and sent out of the zone by the Hawks. Back in their own zone, Height has his pass taken away by Hershey. Hershey tries to send it in front, looking for Resto. Also had Valenta in the area. It's the Mariti with it. Resto drives into the zone. That one in front. And another goal for the Hawks. This time it's Valenta. A nice pass from Resto. That's now 8 goals for the Hawks. 3 in the first period, 2 in the second. Now 3 in the third. It's an offensive show for St. Joe. Well on their way to a 4th straight victory. Face-off one here by the Hawks. They'll quickly bring it back in the zone. Valenta fires this one and a glove save. A little windmill there from Vassallo. Line up for the face-off. This one taken by Resto. Resto protecting the puck behind the net. He'll find Hunter. Hunter looking for Valenta. That one taken away. And coming up ice now is Walsh. Walsh tries to get around. Mariti knocked off the puck though. And that puck will come out of the zone. Behind the net, in front. A nice save by Szymborski to stand tall. So taken back here by Held. At the line here is Barrett. That one tipped in front, diving, trying to make the save. Does he? And he does. I don't know if Szymborski got that or the shot just missed. There's a wide open cage there for Walsh. And he can't find it. But what a diving effort by Szymborski. The Hawks will take it back ice. Kuba chips it back to Wilson. Wilson turns back around. He's got Kuba back behind the net. Kuba has it knocked off his stick as the defender goes down, allows Doherty to keep it. Doherty's pass a little weak as it's sent back out, but it's Ebersol. The Hawks with possession of the puck. Bringing it into the zone is Coudet. Coudet spins back around, waits for some open space. Does lose the puck, though, and that one's knocked out and taken away by Eisler. Well, Eisler hasn't knocked off his stick. Dragons have to regroup as they would have been offsides if they continued the pursuit of the puck. Doherty to Kuba. Oh, a nice move by Kuba to get around one. He's pushed up against the boards by Flexer. Does get it to the point. That shot off the glove of Vassallo. Doherty was defended well, so he wasn't able to really get much going. They'll face off in the zone here. It's 1-1. Romarino with it behind the net. Trying to fight off. The defense was Brazel. Nice pursuit by Gross. The line, Roland. Roland throws this one towards the net. Brazel trying to get a tip in front. Tries to bank it off the side. Vassallo will cover this one up. Just under the 2-minute mark here at the Skatium here in Haverford. The Hawks enjoying a comfortable 8-2 lead. A whole host of goal scorers tonight. Nearly everyone has found a way onto the score sheet, it seems. Coudet, the only one with 2 goals. Actually, I believe Romarino has 2 as well. But the Hawks spreading the love on offense. As Romarino around one defender, tries to go around 2, dives out. Vassallo not letting Romarino get out of his crease. As the shot goes out of play. And the ref is going to take this faceoff out of the zone. Oh, actually, they're going to kick Romarino out. For what? I don't know. But Romarino's done, and I could not tell you why. It was Vassallo who wasn't letting Romarino out of his crease. So I don't know if Romarino said something, because he didn't seem like he did a whole lot. There's a minute 37 to go. So I don't really know what the point of that was, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But Romarino's done. Still made a pretty good effort in this game. He had 2 goals on the night. The last one was the one that just eked through Vassallo. Winding up for the shot, but not getting through. Minute and a half left to go in regulation. A hit along the boards taken down was Roland. He hops back up. This puck will come out of the zone. This one's sent back in. Roland around the back of his net. A hit there in neutral zone. But it's Resto who fires that one, blocked in front. So we tick down to a minute left here in the third period. It's going to be a fourth straight victory for the St. Joe Hawks. As looking for more possibly. Maritzi, that one fired on net. Glove saved by Vassallo. Just looking at some of the goal scorers here. Doherty, Coudet, Carpenter, Linzo, Coudet, Brazil, Linzo, Romarino, Coudet, Romarino again, and Valenta. Again, a lot of goal scorers here on the night for the Hawks. About 35 seconds left to go. This one in the zone for the Dragons. They'll try to get maybe one last offensive zone opportunity here. Maybe just end this game with a little bit of confidence. That one knocked away, though, and sent out of the zone. Maybe one last gasp here as that one is knocked into the safety netting. It will stay in the zone here for the Hawks. It'll be Doherty and Basin on the faceoff. This one out of the zone, Hunter. And Hunter's just going to carry it back to Marity with 10 seconds left. I don't think Marity's really going to do too much with the puck here. He's just going to hold it back behind the net. Skate away from a defender. And that is going to do it here at the Skatium. A comfortable 8-2 victory for the St. Joe University Hawks. Gives them 4 straight victories. The goal scorers in this one, it's a lot. Doherty, Coudet had a pair. Brazel, Linzo, Romarino had 2. And Valenta round out the scoring for the Hawks. 2 goals on the board for the visiting Dragons. Basin and Jones as the teams line up at center ice for the sportsmanship handshakes. I want to thank you for joining us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting, as again the St. Joe Hawks move to 4-2 on the season after an 8-2 victory over the Drexel University Dragons. Thank you for joining us here on Breakout Sports. Again, I'm Ariel Melendez.